Man. This Raw was garbage because it's the same rematches. You guys know how much I can't stand rematches. And everything is a rematch. Liv Morgan and Io Sky rematch. One of the worst promo segments of all time. As Io sits there and goes, clear, I clear. And all I can tell you guys is that this Raw was full of absolute and utter nonsense. LA Knight versus Yamato Uso for nothing. Another rematch. Chad Gable versus JD McDonald, which I don't even know. Maybe it was El Grande versus JD or whatever, but I feel like we've seen this match before, so I'm going to go on a limb and say it was a rematch. And I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the absolute nonsense that had me laughing hysterically. Chad Gable has momentum after the him and Ludwig Kaiser match a few weeks ago on AAA. And this dude comes over and you can tell Triple Fraud is telling him backstage, hey Chad, I want you to go out there and say Gable, and I want you to clap your hand like an idiot and get it over. We're gonna put a t-shirt on ya, we're gonna put the rocket on ya, and we're gonna push you to Kingdom Come so you can jab out to Penta. Are you ready? It's embarrassing. Trash. I do have faith that Rollins and Roman, who are great at what they do, I think that they will build a good story, hopefully in the next 4 weeks leading up to SummerSlam. I'm being optimistic because they're two people who I respect and love. I respect you. I love you. However, all we can do is rematches. Liv and Io, rematch. Brock Oba, rematch. Roman Rollins, rematch. Everything, rematch. You, rematch. Me, rematch. Everyone, rematch. So I just had to get that off my chest before review because tonight's episode obviously sucked. Nothing mattered. Nobody cares. There was 2 segments that actually mattered in a 2.5-hour program, which means that the other 2 hours out of the 2.5 was a complete waste of time and utter goisla. But that being said, we're going to go ahead and jump into the review and run through this garbage because this was the most boring and one of the worst episodes of Raw of all time. With that being said, let's take a sip of this bation. I just dropped the cap. I'll throw the cap. Oh, yeah. We started off the show with Obama family coming out there and basically was maybe be a U.S. champion or an IC champion for a combined maybe 1 or 2 months, and then he'll drop the belt to some other mid-carder and move on with his career. Sad to say it, sad to see it, but it's facts to hear it. Whoa, I think I just made a bar. Whoa, sad to see it, or sad to say it, sad to see it, facts to hear it. How about you guys write that down? That's going to be good. Y'all make sure you use that in your day-to-day lives. You know what I'm saying? That's a good one. If you use that line, man, they're going to ask you where you got that from and just tell them that you came up with it. You know what I mean? I give you that one for free. We move on. Okay. Sikoa comes out and hits a spike on Jimmy Uso, which distracts Jay, and then Jay gets hit by a BFT by LA Knight. And LA Knight, where Jay Uso was on commentary this whole match and was not even speaking English. All Jay Uso was doing on commentary was like, the tribal chief, man, I didn't want to see the tribal chief. The tribal chief, man, yeah, you know what's good, Cole, yeah, you know what's good, Cole, you know what's good, Cole, you know what's good, but the tribal chief, like, what are you saying? What are you saying, man? Like, match that it's actually real, you know what I mean? And that's what helped add to this segment. But anyways, we get into the actual segment. Roman Reigns comes out first with Jacoby Fatu, and Belash, you ain't beat me for real, Roman. But tonight, I gotta talk to Jay Punk behind. And tonight, at Clash in Italy, my children watched me lose. So I'ma come out tonight and Backlash and be by your side. 5, 2, and that's what happens tonight. Roman comes out, gets the acknowledgement from the crowd.
A wise man once told me it's easier to forgive the enemy than to forgive a friend. Andrade put the knife in our back and now it's the end. It can't be. He committed treason so he can't leave. The Don Carlos family. Oh, Andrade. are you doing? The check was cleared. The money was sent to your bank account. You had one job and you blew it great. My OG was trying to put together a legendary group. We haven't seen nothing like this since Jordan, Pippen, Malone, Stockton, Larry Bird, and Barkley, the 1992 Olympic team. My OG spent weeks trying to put together a dream team, and it only took you seconds to turn it into a nightmare with friends like this. Who needs enemies? I used to actually look at you like my idol, but now I look at you kind of like a reversible jacket. Oh, why you say that, Bobby Monsoon? Think about it. This guy is nothing but a turncoat. Man, I'd be capping if I say Tony Khan needs to run a full-blown investigation to find out who put an explosive inside of it. I'm not sure who would be sick enough to do this at a professional wrestling event, but I'm pretty sure I could give you a few suspects. Hopefully he's not too injured though, man, because he took all of that directly in the face. I'm gonna show you this clip from X. Now, the Don Callis family ended up winning. Tony Khan then booked MJF and Mark Briscoe this Wednesday for Dynamite, and here we go again. LaMelo Ball went to the Timberwolves. Giannis Antetokounmpo went to the Miami Heat. Oh, my bad, y'all. I'm just thinking about all the traitors that happened this week. Has anybody told Andrade don't ever bite the hand that feeds you? You was in AEW before. It didn't work out. So you left, you went to the Fed. I'm not going to lie, it was their fault. Creative sucks. So they dropped the ball with you. You came back to AEW and what happened? Oh, yeah, you joined the Don Callis family.